Hello and welcome back to Here We Tow. Today I'm at Wanderhome Nottingley and I'm going to be filming a review of this. It's the Coachman Laser 575 Xtra. It's an 8-foot wide caravan and it is on a single axle. So what do we need to know about it? Well, price wise, the price is currently held at just under £37,000. It is the top end laser, which is the top end of the Coachman range. So it is quite expensive, but we'll see what we're getting for our money as we venture around and inside. What do we need to know about it? Well, lengthwise it's 7 metres 34 centimetres long. As I say, it's 8 feet wide or 2.44 metres. Weight wise it's 1,734 kilos on the MT-PLM, and it's going to give you a reasonable payload of 155 kilos. You can upplate this caravan to 1,800 kilos and that will give you a much more generous payload of 221 kilograms. So if you can, with your tow car, increase that weight, it may well be advisable to do it just to give you a bit of buffer on that payload. Right, let's have a look around it. So we'll start obviously at the front. So the 575 is on the Alco chassis and we do get a 100 kilo nose weight on that Alco hitch just under there. At the front, standard with Coachman, we get our 2 lockers. This is where we're going to find room for our gas in this side. And we'll just have a look in this one just so you can see. And in this one, there is room for bits and pieces that you might want to store in there. On the Xtra, we're getting this black bumper that you can see across the front and the badge there saying Xtra. We've got the white front, the 3 windows and that big Coachman sunroof, which we'll take a closer look at when we go inside. So I say laser, it is top of the range, and one thing I do like about it is we get the silver sides, which we can see here. Silver sides for me are a bit of a must, as you know. So we'll come down the near side. So here we find our whale barbecue point, and we also get a socket for a 230 volt. So if you've got an awning and you want to plug something in outside in that awning, you can use it for that. And also if you cook electrically, like with a teppanyaki, then that also gives you the opportunity to do that as well. So that is quite useful to have. We've then got a locker box there. This is actually fitted with an Isabella canopy, which you can see here, and that's quite a nice little feature just to give you a little bit of shade on the door, or in worse weather it just gives you somewhere to take your shoes off before you go in. Coming down, we've got a large door. It is one piece, not a stable door. There is the bin in it as well. We've got an awning light above the door, that's just up there. And then behind the door, we're going to find the Dometic vents. That's for the tower fridge freezer. It's a single axle caravan and it does have the Alco receiver there. That's the yellow plastic there. You do get one Alco wheel locker standard, so you get your security included in the price. We come down the side, we've got further storage here, another locker box there. And then finishing off around, we come to the back. It's a fairly standard white back end on the Coachmans. We've got the name above, we've then got the Xtra badge, the Coachman badge, we've got the white grab handles here, and then we've got our lighting as well. I'll sneak around the back because I can just about fit. We'll sneak around and we'll come down the offside next. So here we go. So coming down the offside, we'll start at the back. We've got the frosted bathroom window. This is our flush filler and we've got our toilet cassette there. We've got a window into the bedroom area. That'll overlook the bed. We've got a window into the kitchen area. We do also get up on the roof there, we've got our aerial, and then we've got a light here for on an evening. If in winter you come out and you're wanting to fill your water up or check your electric, or you've just arrived on site, this is our battery box here and you can see the electric hookup cable. So it is going to illuminate that for you. We've also got our water points here and the Truma vent as well. That's for the Truma wet central heating. Alder, sorry, that's the Alder vent. That's for your Alder wet central heating. So you are getting Alder wet central heating, which you would want at this sort of price point. It does also have an onboard water tank. It's got a 36 litre fresh water tank as the Laser 575. So as well as having your Aquarol or your water hog outside and plugged in with your pump, you're going to have additional water on board as well, which is always helpful, especially if you're a little bit away from that water tap. So that's the exterior. As I say, I do like those silver sides. We have got the nice big wide 8-foot front. And so we'll venture in next. So let's go in through our little Isabella canopy. It's quite nice, is this? I've never really seen one in practice, but as you can see, it's sort of got the pole and the pad on the side of the van, and then it's secured into the lower awning channel just there. I mean, it seems fairly secure. I'd be careful in the bad weather, obviously, but it seems well secure. Anyway, let's go in. So as we step in, we will start in the lounge area as usual. Right, so we always benefit from size in the 8-foot vans, and as we can see, this is no different. It is a single axle, so the first thing you might notice is these little bench seats, the sofas, they are fairly short, but unfortunately in a single axle, that's sort of what you're going to have to have. They are 5 feet long. If you wanted to use these as singles, you can. They're, as I say, 5 feet long and 2'4" wide, so probably really only suitable for children. However, you can convert this into a bed. Just under there, you've got a slat down at the bottom end there that does pull out, and then this will convert into one huge bed, and that would be 7 feet 2 long and 4'7" wide. So 7 feet 2 along there. So that is certainly suitable for adults. You may notice, I'll just cover this first of all, the table. It is a freestanding table. It is currently out at the moment, just so you can see how that would work. Right, let's make our way around. So we come in, we've got these little touch lights here. You see, you can touch it once for that light, and you touch it again for full light. We've got the window, which has got the nice concertina blinds and fly screens. And then working our way up, we've got a good sized cupboard here, a little cupboard over there. We've then got another light, we've got a Pioneer speaker, we've got lights and I think a plug socket down in that far corner there. The front we come across, now you can see we've actually got a phone charging point just down there. Just the table's a little bit in my way. We've got another plug socket there. So we've got all the little bits that we'd like to see in the lounge. We've got, that's where our radio will go. That does come as standard, but it's not plugged in for the demo model. And then we've got the great big sunroof. I do love this big Coachman sunroof. It does have a blind. We can see that just under there. So you can close that for privacy and to keep it cool in summer. And we've got the big sunroof as well. That pops open, and again, you get the blind and the fly screen as well there. And then we've got more storage on this side. Let's just pop this open. That's where our aerial's going to come in. And then we've got another little touch light and that lounge area again. So not a bad lounge at all. You do benefit from the width of it, although as I say, with it being single axle, I'll just close this, with it being single axle, the lounge is a shorter, got shorter seats. This for me is my first compromise, is the size of this lounge. Right, let's carry on. Where shall we go next? Let's go down the offside and into the kitchen. Right, let me move you over here. So we're not disappointed at all with the kitchen. We've got additional worktop space here with this flap. We've got a nice finish on the worktop. This is a really solid finish as well. I do like these. We've got a nice, good quality Marble Effects splashback. There's 2 plug sockets for our kettles and toasters and what have you. Good lighting. These operate here as well quite nicely. Just turn that on and off and freak my camera out. So that's nice. Above, we've got a good storage locker. So in here, plenty of room for everything we're going to want in the kitchen, as we can see. And it closes nicely as well. I do like that. and we've got the laser name up there, just a nice added touch, which I think when you're at this sort of money you do want a couple of added touches. We'll come across to the Russell Hobbs microwave. Let's have a look in there. This is fairly high, to be quite honest. I mean, obviously I'm not overly tall, but I'm 5'4", and that's quite high for me, but it's got to go somewhere, and that's where it is. Headroom, just to mention in here, is 6'5", so really good headroom. But yeah, so that's the microwave, and what we can see here, we've got an extractor fan. So let me move you in. It comes with a light, as we can see, and then you press the buttons and the extractor works. I won't do it now because it makes quite a noise. We've then got the Thetford gas oven and grill and hob. I'll just lift this up. What we do get is we get 3 gas burners, so if you're off grid you can use your gas, or if you prefer gas anyway. And then we do have an electric plate, so if you're on electric you can use the electric as opposed to your gas. And then the gas oven and grill, which I do like Thetford, I say it every time, I know. And then a bit of storage just under there, and then we'll start back up here. So we've got the sink. Now this sink is huge. I'll change hands because these are so heavy. Let me just lift that out. That's absolutely solid. So the sink cover is a really good solid piece of worktop. Good size sink, nice depth to the sink. The swivel tap, I do like these taps as well. These are a nice finish. You get those on the higher end. Then we've got plenty of little drawers. I do like these too. I like the cutlery drawer, that's nice. They do close on the clasp for when you're towing, so those definitely should not be shooting open when you arrive on site. And a good bottom drawer, that's really good. And then I do like this, so we'll just come across here. So under here we've got this pull-out rack, so instead of having to fight your way into the back of a cupboard, you can pull that out, and it comes out a long way. If I just move around, that's pretty good. So I do like that. Let's close that up there. There we go. Right, so that's pretty much the kitchen area in the 575. There's no compromise here. I do like this kitchen. It's a good kitchen, well equipped, loads of worktop space. What we'll do now is we'll head over onto the near side of the 575 and have a look at what we're getting on here. So this is obviously the doorway where I came in. Above it is the control panel for the Alder wet central heating and hot water. We've got the Coachman master panel. We've got a fly screen on this nice wide door. We've got a USB charging point. We've then got aerial, we've got sockets, 2 sockets. There is a plate here for putting the television, so you can obviously fix your television there. This is a little cupboard for the table, so when you're not using it you slide your table in there for storage. And then we're going to get the Dometic Tower Fridge Freezer. This has 133 litre capacity, so it's a good capacity Dometic Tower Fridge Freezer. I'll pull that open. Let's have a look in the freezer. There we go. So very good. Plenty of shelves, a little salad tray as well. So yeah, definitely not grumbling at that one. And down below there's a little bit of storage. Oh, that's a nice little storage cupboard there, maybe for some shoes or something. So that's a good one. Right, that's the kitchen area. Let's move now into this bedroom. So as we see, we're getting an island bed. It is a retractable island bed. It's currently pulled out into the nighttime mode. So this is fully out, so to speak. We'll start here. Now, first of all, one thing we'll be glad to see is your privacy screen. Your privacy screen there. It's going to feed across the ceiling, and it's going to come down, and it's just going to fix there. So that's your privacy screen. First of all, we've got a wardrobe here. That's a good size. It is illuminated. We've got the Alder tank in there, and we've got a little shelf we can see there for our cups of tea. And then we've got some storage and a little drawer underneath there. I do like little drawers, don't know why, just got a thing about them. And then a little bit of storage there. Got a light switch just there. And then coming up, we've got the headboard, we've got these, again, 2-touch light switches, we've got a USB charger in these, we've got one on each side, and we've also got the Pioneer speakers under the bed, so if you like to listen to music on a night, you're going to be able to do that. I'll just open a couple of these overhead lockers so we can have a look in there. So they're a good size, good depth. That one's certainly a really good height, that one there, I like that one. So lots of locker space. Now the bed, this may well be a compromise. In terms of size, 6'2" in length. So if you're tall, 6'2" length. I believe it's 4 feet and 6 inches in width. So it's a fairly standard double, but you are going to have, just bear in mind the length of the bed. But I must say, when it is out, you do still have plenty of room to get round to get into that rear bathroom, which I'll be showing you in a minute. We've got the window here on the off side, which has got a blind and fly screen, and then just here on this side we've got the mirror, we've got aerial point and plug socket here, so you can put a television there on a stand to watch television in the bedroom, and there's a little bit of storage just under here. Let's have a look under there. Yeah, it's just a little storage cupboard. I'll just close that up. So for me, there's a bit of a compromise on the length of the bed, if I'm honest. 6'2", even if you're not tall, you could be quite near sort of the limit on that one, especially with the sides being cut on the island bed. So just want to bear in mind, there is, which I'll spin you around again, there is a sunroof above the bed, which has got the blind and the fly screen as well. That does open for fresh air. Then we're going to find the washroom at the back. The wood, it is quite dark in here, so I must say it can feel quite dark. But let's pull this open. There we go. Right, graceful as ever, that's me. Right, so let's have a look. The entry space into the bathroom is good. That's a good wide door. I don't know how well it'll come off on the screen, but that you shouldn't have many problems getting into that space. The first thing we're going to find is the Thetford swivel toilet. We've got the heated towel rail part of the Alder wet central heating system, frosted window which does open and have blinds, and we've got a little bit of storage above. These are quite shallow, I've discovered on these, across most of the range. So a little shallow cupboard though to put toiletries in. And then we've got some LED lighting up here, which comes across there. And then that drops us down to this good size mirror and a beautiful sink. I do like it. I like the marble effect splashback. I like the nice tap, and I love the fruit bowl sink. Not everyone likes it. I do. We've got a toilet roll holder. The good thing about this is there's no intrusion from here. You're not going to get intrusion there. There's some space here obviously to put your toiletries, and there's a good amount of space just under there. Let's see if that'll show you that. There we go. And then last but not least, we've got a really good size shower cubicle. So really good size, and this shower door opens. It's not frosted, the glass, it's just clear. It doesn't affect your entrance with this sink because it is there's a good amount of space between here and here, so we haven't got a problem getting into the shower itself. We've got a shelf, the shower itself, there is a light, and there's plenty of room for pretty much anybody in there. That is a really good size shower. So always pleased with the Coachman bathrooms. And just up here, I'll just show you this, we've got a hook, and we've got a little holder for a towel there, and we've got a hecky for ventilation. Again, it's got the blinds on it as well. So let's just sweep out and have a look at the bathroom again. Good amount of floor space, really nicely finished, but I would expect so. You know, this is a top end van. And then if we spin round, we'll just take a look back into the van. So looking back into the 575, again 8 foot wide, you can really see how that works. It is a single axle, so we've not got the length, but we have certainly got the width and the space. and it is beautifully finished. The lovely kitchen, nice lounge area. So there we go. So that is the Coachman Laser 575 Xtra, an 8 foot wide top end model, but on a single axle if you're not wanting a twin. What do I think? Yeah, nicely finished, well made, it feels very solid. If you can get your payload up to that maximum at 1800 kilos on the MT PLM, it's worth doing that. It's going to give you that 221 kilogram payload, so definitely worth doing that if you can do that. Otherwise, it's well equipped, I'll say that. It's a nice van. Compromise the bed at 6'2", and you are going to lose some in the lounge areas, those sofas only being 5 feet long. But there's always a compromise. You're definitely not compromising on the kitchen or the bathroom space. So there we go. I think that sums it up really. Well equipped van, Alder wet central heating. If you were putting extras on it, you might want air conditioning on it, and you might want the E&P hydraulic system if you're spending this sort of money. Otherwise, yeah, it's pretty well equipped. So I think I'm done. Thank you to Wander Home of Nottingley, who've kindly let me come and film this review today. That is appreciated. And all that's left to say is, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.